My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire. Look, I want the frozen core, alright? Video game? Do you hear me? I'm not going to be trading for the random boss relic, obviously, because I need the cracked core so that I can replace it with the frozen core. And this is like a 1 in what? 1 in 20 something? I'm going to take the random. Sundial, every 3 times you shuffle your deck, gain 2 energy. Well, reboot and deep breath, please. Reboot and deep breath, please. There's an early shot. Chance to get deep breath. Easy. Dual cast plus strike will kill. Well, okay, I should have prioritized my attacks differently. I mean, I just did a claw build, and it was also a darkness build, so I don't know which of these do I take. All right, I'll take the darkness. Sure, I'm fine with taking Curse of Doubt. We've got a shop in 2 spaces, but also the Doubt isn't going to prevent the major way that we'll be dealing damage, ideally, with this deck, in that it is not going to be preventing us from doing that dark damage. It will not prevent me from doing my dark work. Rip and Tear, Recycle, and Genetic Algorithm. Recycle will actually help us thin our deck down to increase the cycle through Sundial. So pairing Recycle with Draw would actually be really good. Okay. There's actually not that much in this store that I want at all. Probably just the card removal service. Get that Doubt out of the deck. Tempest, Chaos, Heat Sinks. No. I would take like a strong defensive card. I would take strong defensive relics. Every time you enter a shop, heal for 7 HP. Just feels a bit speculative to me. Ancient Tea Set, whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combo 2 extra energy, and Vajra obviously 1 strength. I actually don't think I'll be taking any of those. Save my money. Meat on the Bone. If your HP is at or below 50 at the end of 50%, rather, at the end of each combat, heal for 12 HP. Not bad, not bad. It might be below that at the end of this combat. Who knows? I'll dual cast. I'll recycle the Strikeout and then defend. Effectively, the whole idea here for me is just going to be defend myself as best I can, try and kill one of the sentries. By that time, the Dark Orb should be big enough to kill the other 2 by itself. Second Dark Orb, we've got backup. Looks like I might have to pop this Dark Orb early. Yeah, alright. At the very least, we still get 2 kills. I am exactly on half HP, so if I lose no more HP at this point, this is the maximum HP I can be on at the end of this fight after I've gone down below half. Beautiful. We'll heal for 12 here, bird face turn. Whenever you play a power, heal for 2 HP. Turbo Streamline, go for the eyes. No, thank you. Yep. And we'll take the max HP hit as well. You don't need max HP if you don't get hit. We'll upgrade Darkness so that I can use it in AoE fights a little bit more. Mummified Hand, whenever you play a power, random card in your hand costs 0 for the rest of the turn. Well, now we have to start taking power cards. I really wasn't... Oh my god. Oh. No, that... Okay, never mind. Hand Drill. Whenever you break an enemy's block, apply 2 vulnerable. I thought that was actually going to be the artifact provider, and then I was going to be sad that I couldn't take Bias Cognition as well. There is an option here in taking Panacea, Bias Cognition. Thing is, I would always need Panacea first. That's healing for 2 HP each fight. I think it's worth. I can afford exactly those 2 as well. we'll get skill number 1 out of our hand. Panacea plus biased. Hell yes. Okay, I can... Oh, never mind. I've got lethal. Zap dual cast. Easy. And we are 1 HP above the point at which we would have gotten a 12-point heal there. Mango, upon pickup, raise your max HP by 14. Multicast, it's a dark deck, so... Alright. Alright. Things have gotten a wee bit insane. Definitely biased cognition. I definitely want to zap. Do I care to multicast here? It'll kill the midliner. I don't know about that. Oh, but I had the 2 Dark Orbs. Yeah, I should have just done it. Yeah, that's my bad. Okay, literally just that one left on the field. We are below half HP as well. Perfect. All's well with the world. Omamori, negate the next 2 curses you obtain, as well as Amplify. I am really incentivized to pick up a bunch of powers. I'll take an Amplify. That's a very, very, very optimistic Amplify, I admit. But could work. Multicast. Leap Hologram Chaos. I could take a leap. I do just need defensive cards to stall while I'm building up the powers. I'll upgrade Panacea, and this is so that I can, number 1, amplify Bias Cognition, play it twice, but number 2, so that I can use it to prevent negative effects from enemies as well as the negative effect from my own Bias Cognition. It's quite possible I take a big hit this turn. 34 if I just multicast? Sure. It's worth preventing the incoming damage on that turn. Alright. I'm actually going to burn this out. I want to thin my deck at every available opportunity, and I need to keep the... Oh my god. And I need to keep the density of defense in my deck quite high. Okay, I'll multicast my first. And then literally as soon as I even get a dual cast on the second, that's a kill. Boom. Alright, come on. Frozen Core, Frozen Core, Frozen Core, Frozen Core, Frozen Core. Another multicast, not necessary. Buffer though? Yeah, I can take buffer. Frozen Core, replace Cracked Core. If you end your turn with empty orb slots, channel 1 Frost. That's so good. So good for me. It's going to help me defend myself while I just wait for my Dark Orbs to do their demonic works. Okay. There's actually a lot of good paths. Okay. I've had to use a power potion there just because I really, really, really didn't want to just take a ridiculous amount of damage. But now the problem is that Frost Orb's in the wrong position. I need to find a way to get the Dark Orbs in my opening hand if I can get that, if I can sort that somehow. Okay. Come on, multicast. Well, that'll do for the moment. Regen Cold Snap, go for the eyes. Heat Sinks. Heat Sinks I could technically take. Would increase my draw. I do need draw. Ugh. I don't like that I took that. 85 for the relic. We get Dream Catcher whenever you resume a card to your deck. In the next space, I'm probably just going to remove a card. Remove a card plus take capacitors. Not a problem. I mean, just gives me more spaces to put all of the all of those frost orbs in. Definitely not static discharge though. I'd like to remove another card here, but I can't, so I'll take a charged battery instead, get myself defense, as well as a wee bit of energy, which we kind of need, frankly. Can't play a Bias Cognition yet, unfortunately. It's just not really available to us. Okay. That. That. As much defense as I can possibly get. He puts the puts the Frost Orb back in the back of the party anyway. Six poison, so you'll die in 2 rounds. It's fine. Unfortunately, I am going to take some more damage here as well. It's a lot of damage coming through there. I can play all of those first, and then get a buffer out. Also get to draw some cards off of the back of that. I mean, that's basically the best I could have done there, frankly. I actually managed to deflect all incoming damage. Okay. Hopefully I get dual cast before I get my multicast. Oh no, I did get dual cast before I got multicast. Cool. So multicast would be 90 damage here. Yeah, there'll be better times to do that. I need to still have some HP after all of this goes through. Okay, multicast this hand. I'm going to do it. But it's not great. 2, 3, 4. Whoa! Oh, 5! I forgot that it was 5 triggers. Okay. Whew. Thank hell. Regal Pillow, heal an additional 15 HP when you rest. Boot sequence? I mean, my opening turns are our worst. I do need some defense, sure. I kind of want to upgrade the recycle. Energy is a problem for us. Especially because we get reasonable draw after we have the heat sinks out for the first time. Hell yes. Yeah, we'll only need 1 multicast, it's fine. So we can use that for some early damage. Heat sinks, defend, easy strike. Cool. I'm just waiting for multicast. Amplify buffer. We'll recycle that. And oh boy, look at all that defensive power. Even happen to use Bias Cognition now. Simply for the case that it's not going to matter for this Dark Orb. We're just going to get to a point and then dual cast for the kill. Well, no, not dual cast, sorry. We'll get to a point and then multicast for the kill. I do need to get some higher base energy though, because it's just crippling at the moment. Strength, Ball Lightning, Melter, and Stack. No, thank you. Strawberry, raising max HP by 7. I don't need max HP, video game. Please stop giving it to me. Mango, Strawberry. I'm going to get Pear in this run. I guarantee you. I guarantee you it's going to give me Pear. I'm specifically going to leave that slot open so that I can get a Frost Orb. Okay. Should I Bias Cognition? How long am I going to be in this fight for? Yeah, I should buy his cognition. Just because those Dark Orbs are going to be ridiculously protected for us. Okay. Easy multicast on that first one. And full protection. Oh, I could just amplify buffer. Sure. And then dual cast for the kill. Hell yes. Data disc. Start each combat with one focus. I don't want to take Glacier. They could just push stuff off of the front. We'll take the upgraded leap. I'll have enough to remove by then. Sure, we'll go. 1 of 20 cards to add to my deck. There's a bunch of powers that I would add, so I'm more than happy to look at these. Capacitor, I would probably take a second Capacitor. See, after we have the... I kind of want to take a second Heat Sinks as well. That's probably greedy. After we have the second Bias Cognition out, one sec while I make sure I'm defending myself. Yeah, after we have the second Bias Cognition out, we get to a point where it is so easy to defend ourselves just off of all of these Frost Orbs. And yes, it is going to require... Good work. 1 sec while I figure all of the rest of this out. It still does require some way for me to get my Dark Orbs to the front. That's the big problem we have to face. Actually gonna cast that front one twice there. Give myself full defense, as well as just move the slots a little bit forward. Recursion is definitely something that at this point I should make sure that I take. Okay. We've got them back in the front line. That's all we need. Actually, do I even want recursion? I think we can manually move things to the front line. We're fine with that. All I'm waiting for is the multicast. Whatever it's called. Can't remember its name for the life of me. Literally called multicast, right? Claw Darkness, go for the eyes, no. Thank you. Automaton. Depends on what Automaton steals from my deck. If Automaton steals anything from my deck. As to how this goes for us. If I could get a Bolt of Lightning and put the... One second while I figure out what I'm trying to say. If I could get a Bolt of Lightning and put the darkness in it, the band, the darkness in particular, I would be so happy. All you need is to stack focus into this deck, and it gets to a wild point really quickly where you can no longer really take damage. That Bias Cognition and Panacea pick up early against all of my better judgment has turned out to be good. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, more than happy to... Oh, of course, the first one's not even going to kill because... Okay, so Dark Orbs target the person with the lowest HP, and the lowest HP, technically, is on that Spheric Guardian. That said, just look at the defense. There's nothing the enemy can do to me. This is what I was thinking about when I had a look at what the Frozen Core did. This exact build, and the fact that this exact build just won't damn die, is what I was thinking about. Well, okay, so I wasn't thinking about putting bias cognition in here, and I wasn't thinking about having the data disk. I was thinking about stacking defragment, but you get the drift. Okay, let's smith. Upgrade the bias cognition. Okay. Amplify buffers near bards, near bards. Not particularly pleased that I've already had my bias cognition go past. Don't take panacea. Panacea. We're going to have to start working on that backline. There's nothing we can do about that. I also probably should use the strength potion this fight. Definitely going to use the dex potion. And the speed potion, I think, actually, here. I don't need to take damage. Just let all of the slots fill with the frozen cores. Yeah, this was bound to happen. Let's get one of those down so that I can play the Panacea. Gotta remember, this is why I have buffer in my deck. No damage taken, no flies on me. And we're fully defended again. Come on, amplify. And oh my god, amplify bias cognition. Yeah, nothing can happen to us at this point. Oh, man. I'm definitely not using dual cast ever. Couldn't pay me to. Alright. Come on, and... Ugh. Really? Not using Amplify anymore in this fight either. I mean, look. You can't touch me. It's just not happening. Did I get rid of my multicast? Oh, you have it! You squirrely little bastard. Well, I now have no way in my entire deck to deal damage unless I use my first darkness. Oh. You son of a... You got me! Alright. I'm gonna have to start casting a bunch more darknesses. Not that that's much of an issue. And also, we still can't take damage. Oh. I love how insane this run is. Alright, so what? 5 buys... 5 by 90? Yeah, that's enough. Liquid Bronze gain 3 Thorns, as well as Machine Learning and Echo Form. If I could get an Echo Form, it would be insane, but I don't think it's necessary. It would be insane, though. Okay, fine. We need the extra energy. There's no two ways about it. I think we just have to take the Runic Dome. Cop it on the chin here. The primary reasoning for that is because we have these expensive powers, but more than that, we have an X-Cost card in our deck, and we have another card that is similarly X-Cost that I am desperate to add to this deck, and that would be Reinforced Body. Reinforced Body would be great. Alright, Maximum Elites is off to the left. Whee! Enemies doing 10 or 15 here on the first round, so I'm already fully defended. And it's just +3 every single turn, so it's 13 or 18. I'm not going to track it past this point for you. I am confident enough that y'all can count. I'm really glad that they haven't put any burns in my deck so far. Like, that's not a given. There's the first. I'm going to start dual casting to get those out of the way so that I can try and get down to my darknesses. The fact that our first darkness is this late is a problem. That said, we've already kind of bucked the power trend here. Probably could have gotten rid of the amplify there happily. But yeah, it's going to be really difficult for anything to get more powerful more quickly than we can. Multicast will be cast for X. X is determined at cast, by the way, twice. So it'll cast for 4 on the first and then 4 on the second. 1, 2, 3. And it would have done it again. Turbofuge Static Discharge. No, thank you. Definitely just take the gold here. Now, give me a shop. Hell yes. Let's go. Amplified Buffer is hilariously good. And the back line is definitely attacking this turn, and the Reptomance is almost definitely summoning. Problem is, I do need to kill that dagger in 2 turns, so I'm going to be stabbing there. Ouch. Yep. Well, good thing that we had the buffer already up. I'm going to play Bias Cognition really early here. Here. Good. Probably just going to try and defend myself through this dagger. I haven't got much time on this field, frankly. So. Double up in the darkness. That was probably too hasty. Yeah, I probably just made a big mistake there. We just need to get to these Dark Orbs as soon as it's humanly possible. Shucks. One, 2, 3, 4. Only just. We would have ended up with so little focus that we couldn't have won that fight if it went on for much longer. Barrage is good, and it would be good in this deck, but I don't want to deal damage that way. Oh, hello, Transient. Well, against the Transient, I should probably actually just get a Bias Cognition out. $15 damage on the first turn. More than happy to dual cast. There's the buffer preventing the first 12. We'll multicast the front line defensive orb there. We've got 5 heat sinks. I should have just naturally played the heat sinks. Whoops. And there's our card draw out. And as long as I... Oh, wait. No, I'm fine. Obviously. And we're defended. Well, this could actually be a problem. I get more defense by attacking here than anything else. Alright. We're going to take a lot of damage this turn. Ow. Storm. Yeah, no. Can't take that because it would channel a bunch of lightning that I don't want channeled because it will interrupt all of my... God damn it. This is like the worst case scenario. I need you to know, getting so many Reptomancers. Reptomancers have the ability to tear through all of my artifact, but also they summon a bunch of creatures that will suck up all of the damage that I try and deal. Because they have lower HP than the Reptomancer, so they'll take all of those hits. Yeah, we're about to lose a lot of HP. Mm-hmm. Oh, that hurt. Oh. I'm gonna multicast that thing in the front line just so that I can try and move these forward. Oh, God. Alright. Thank you for hitting the Echo Form. Okay, we can gradually start to heal ourselves back up. Or am I just dead? Can I kill this turn? 8, 6, no I can't. I'm dead. Oh no wait, sorry, the block from the frosts. Thankfully the Reptomancer decided not to attack that turn. We're alive, we're alive. And now we can kill with the multicast. Okay, we need to rest as soon as we get to the next camp. Jeez. Woo! We'll also drop the poison potion for a swift potion. Card draw is definitely necessary for us. I was really, really, really hoping to upgrade, but it's rest. It's rest 1000%, in fact. I was originally going to be taking recursion in this deck. At this point, it doesn't really feel like it, though. Hey, Panacea, nice. That allows me to amplify and bias cognition here. Worst case scenario, the enemy is attacking for 40 on the first turn, so I'll defend against the possibility of that. Pretty much every single turn, except for when the enemy has already, the turn before, attacked for 40. Pretty much every single turn, I'm going to be trying to defend against the worst case scenario of 40 damage. So this turn, they can't do 40, so we're safe. For exactly one turn. That said, with these Frost Orbs and the fact that we have 11 focus already, it's not likely that this becomes a problem. I had to make sure I've got a Dark Orb in front so that when I draw multicast, I can do something that would look a lot like this. It'd look a lot like that. Frozen Egg, whenever you add a power card to your deck, it is upgraded. We might have all three of the things that reference powers. We've got... Oh, no. Bottle Tornado also references powers. Frozen Tornado, we have Birdface Urn, and we have Mummified Hand. Okay. It's got to be Buffer. It has to be Buffer. Smiling Master Merchant's card removal set that always costs 50 gold. I'm really hoping that we do get a merchant sometime soon. No, this fight's going to go too long for me to play Bias Cognition this early. Maximum the enemy can do is 13 damage this turn, so I'm fine. Yeah. Unfortunately, they do have debuffs that they can try out on you. That's really annoying because that's going to remove my charges of artifacting. Yeah, let's remove both of them already. Yikes. Easily defended there. I think it is actually time to amplify bias cognition. Which is going to be a little painful. But we've got 4 charges of buffer, and I think if we just wait for 4 turns and then drop a multicast, we'll actually be fine. Could dual cast twice here. It's not going to be enough for lethal. I'm going to try and defend without using the buffers first if I can. Okay. So multicast here would be 7 by 83 plus 7 by 83, 14 times 83. It's more than 800, obviously, so totally safe to do. Bloody Violence, Start of each combat, heal for 2 HP. Second multicast is probably too many. Alright, finally, we've got a shot. Hell yes. Gain 6 block whenever you shuffle your draw pile, and there's also the Deep Breath here. Pretty happy to take both of those. I'll definitely be taking a card removal as well. Don't need a capacitor. Seek is actually really good. And drop 2 strength potions here for 2 focus potions. And in fact, the liquid bronze for a block potion. Hell yes. More than happy to do that. The boot. Whenever you would deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, increase it to 5. And just got to roll out of control faster than these enemies can. So if I dual cast, yeah, we're fine. I can guarantee that I decrease the cost of the Echo Form. Yeah, just needed one of them to be attacking for 10 there, and it would have been fine. I forgot that I already had Echo Form active, so I should have doubled up on the charge battery there. It's my bad. The first thing we play this turn will double up. Has to be Biased. Just because it'll make our Frost Orbs ridiculous. We'll shuffle, gain 6 block. Let's pull out a charge battery and double fan. Alright. Now we should pretty much be impervious. Oh, cool. First multicast will defend me for a ridiculous amount. Second one will kill the backliner. And do some decent work on the next one. That said, we are going to get nothing done for a while. Oh, no. Dual cast the Darkness. Easy. Bag of Preparation, the start of combat. Draw 2 additional cards. Very happy to see that. I could take a second charge battery here, but I'm going to avoid it. I'll take Seek for the Bias Cognition, Panacea, Biased, and Darkness. Worst case scenario, the enemy's attacking first turn, they attack for 16. I can naturally defend that, or I can do it a different way, it'll be fine. Multicast on the first for 5 by 18. 5 by 18 is 40 plus 50, it's 90. No, they could be attacking again this turn, so I'll do a middle of the road kind of thing here. Yeah, their debuff is the Constriction, which is 10 damage every single turn. But we get to completely avoid that because we had some leftover artifacting from our Panacea. It's fine to remove the strikes and stuff like that because we're not going to kill without the multicast anyway, so it's not a huge issue. I could take Defragment. I could also not take Defragment. It probably isn't going to be relevant. Let's say that. I'll definitely want to upgrade Heatsinks here, though. Oh boy, that is a garbage opening hand. Got a lot of combo pieces that I desperately want later. Regain. Alright, I'll just play 3 defensive cards here. Whew. Okay, I can play all of these. Hell yes. Even the Bias Cognition. I'll Deep Breath, Charge Battery, and then Multicast actually just to get these Dark Orbs to the front. We've got some buffer. So there's nothing in there I want to seek. Right. Double up on Leap. I'm actually going to seek out a card I don't want as well, basically just to get rid of it from our next shuffle. Okay. Recycle out the Zap and the Amplify. Play the Leap. We're untouchable at this point. I basically just have to wait until we get a big enough multicast. 5, 7, 350. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. No, it multicasts. Okay, we've got lethal. So much damage. And 1061. I perfected 2 bosses. Feels like it should be a wee bit more. Oh, well. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been We Did It. We got the Frost Orb. We hunted for the Frost Orb for like 5,000 episodes, and we finally got it. And it lived up to everything I thought it could be. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.